It was another day at Crovansgate. Skarloey was sleeping nicely, but Falcon wasn't so nice. Oh, everything is starting to get on my nerves today, he complained. Good morning. What has you looking so glum? Skarloey asked. Oh, what do you think? I can't get repainted. And now the passengers are starting to call me a baby elephant on wheels. To be fair, you did call the Fat Controller a bit... Okay, we don't need to get into that. I don't think we need to repeat that. I mean, just look at James Bach over there. He's miserable. Well, maybe if he didn't steal all that Welsh coal, he wouldn't be in that situation. It's just karma, you see. And something tells me you never really experienced that on your own railway. Oh, what would you understand? You've been repainted anyway. I wouldn't mind red myself. And Falcon puffed away. Oh, never mind. I'm going back to sleep. Sir Handel then arrived at the yards, where he was meant to pick up a goods train. But then he saw Stuart talking to a new engine. And there he is, Mr. Steamroller Wheels himself, said Stuart. Ah, yes, funny, yes. Anyway, who are you talking to? Oh, this is Rusty. She's going to be working with us now. Oh, hello, yes. Anyway, did you change your name? Oh, yes, it's Peter Sam now. Well, I changed it because, I wanted to leave that old life on the mid-Sodor behind. Wait a second, didn't you just call him Steamroller Wheels? Oh, that's because we gave him fatter tires. He kept falling in between the tracks. They look like steamroller wheels. Alright, I won't stand for this nonsense. I'm leaving. But, Falcon, Rusty called, maybe you can go talk some sense into George. You know, steamroller the steamroller. And the two engines just laughed. Anybody would think bullying me would be a national holiday at this point. Falcon collected his train and went up to the next station, where he met the dreaded steamroller. George just eyed his wheels up and down. For your information, my eyes are up here. Your sandal, I presume. You presume correct. Someone give this engine a prize. Yes. And I've heard of you, George. And I've heard of you. Thinking you're so much better. With those fake steamroller wheels swanking about. You're just a pretender. Well, I don't know about that, George. It's very hard to pretend if it's true. I'll be off with you. And George huffed away, mumbling to himself. Railways no good. Turn 'em in the roads. Turn 'em in the roads. Just then, Rheneas puffed in, watching George steam away. Well, it looks like you've dealt with our steamroller problem for us. Well, it wasn't really that hard. He's just a busybody and... But Falcon trailed off. He saw a sign on the ground that quite confused him. Rheneas? This is Skarloey Station, right? Well, yes, but it did used to be called Proteus Station. Haven't a clue why, though. I had a brother named Proteus, but I never knew what happened to him. He was a little bit bigger than me, yellow, and had this very particular lamp. Though it's probably just coincidence. I'll think about it tomorrow. Goodbye. And he left. Rheneas was confused. While he'd never met an engine named Proteus, the name sounded very familiar. Later that night in the sheds, Rheneas was talking to the other engines about what he'd heard. Peter Sam, did Sir Handel ever mention his brother to you? Mention? I used to know Proteus.
He used to be with us in the factory before we were sent off. One day he left and never came back. Weirder still, we don't know where he went. Even Falcon, which is even weirder because the two are as thick as thieves.
Every time they thought of something, there just arose more questions.
Every day this railway seems to get stranger.
Oh, don't you start with that now, Skarloey butt in.
Oh, well, you didn't need to butt in at all.
You're introducing them to silly ideas like ghosts.
Well, at least they listen to me. Okay, Buto. I don't think we need to worry too much about this. Also, Rusty's trying to sleep. It's best we be a little considerate. We'll figure it out another time.
Even with that said, the feud between the two engines continued. It was hard work the next day. Well, for most. For Rusty, it was just annoying as she had to deal with George.
So are you going to do any actual work, or are you just going to stand there creepily?
If you want actual work, just rip up these rails and turn them in the roads. Us road vehicles will do twice the work that you lot can.
The most you can do is break up the rock for us with your big fat wheels.
Is that lip from you, little diesel? If I hear any more, I'll rip you right off your rails and crush you.
Oh, this bloody steamroller.
But just then, a sneaky idea popped into his funnel, and he charged towards George. And that is a threat. It's the most threat that anyone's ever threatened you with. Oh! What's going on?
Alright now, George, it's time for you to get off our rails.
I'll get you! I'll get you for it!
Oh, take it up with your silly counsel.
You've made a very dangerous enemy today, you little weasel.
The only thing dangerous about you is your stupidity.
And he cheekily puffed away.
Good morning, Rusty. Good morning, Falcon.
Meanwhile, George was thinking of a way to get back at the little engines. Later that day, up high in the hills, was a new slate quarry being built. Falcon was brought to work on it, alongside a few other engines.
Alright, I'm here. I had a bit of a run in the other quarry.
Well, that's not really much of a good reason, but I don't really care. We need a little more help here. Mostly because of that new winch. The lorries brought it up here and it hasn't been working right, so I have to catch the trucks as they roll down. Regardless, the engines got straight to work. Peter Sam would catch any trucks that were being lowered down, while Duncan took them away. Whilst George would drag them back up the hill. Later that day, Falcon realized that Rheneas wasn't very talkative.
What's wrong with you? He asked.
Rheneas looked around a bit, and then said,
Does this place give you weird feelings as well? Like, uncomfort? Whatever do you mean? Look at these rails. They don't look very young. In fact, they look very worn. Well, yeah, Rheneas, that's what happens when you roll over rails. Well, no, I don't mean one day worn. I mean old railway worn. These rails belong to an engine older than the Skarloey Railway itself. Here's the story. Long ago, there were two railways here. The new Skarloey Railway and the old Quarry Mine Railway, run by a little engine older than both me and Skarloey. The little engine was returning home one misty night. But then, it lost control and plunged into the ravine. The railway closed soon after that, and has just been reopened by Sir Topham Hatt. Rheneas stayed in respectful silence for a couple seconds. So take care on the old line tonight, Falcon. Because something tells me it doesn't want us here. And Falcon said nothing more. Oh, so he's working with us, George said menacingly. I know just how to pay him out then. He cackled as he devised a plan.
Later that day, Peter Sam was waiting impatiently for George to lower the trucks. Oh, no, take your time. Doesn't look like I need to be anywhere. But then George started lowering down the trucks without a winch. Wait, no, screamed the trucks. It's Peter Sam, not Falcon. But George didn't care as he let the trucks roll down. Horrors! Screamed Peter Sam. Rheneas had arrived just as it happened and rushed over to the scene. Goodness me, Peter Sam, are you alright? What do you think? Oh, right, silly question. Don't worry, Rusty's free. I'll get her to come get you now. Just don't go anywhere. And where do I go exactly? Stupid questions. The sun was setting by the time they had him re-railed and ready to go to the works. This left only Duncan and Falcon to operate the old quarry. It appears George has done a runner, and we can't get any questions out of him, so the most we're gonna assume is that the winch broke. You hear that, Duncan? Maybe Rheneas' story was true after all. This place might be haunted.
What a load of nonsense, Duncan barks. There's nothing haunted about this line, or just an unfortunate set of circumstances. Rheneas needs to stop filling your funnel with a bunch of nonsense about ghosts. This line is as tame as a pet rabbit.
Either way, said Duncan Stryver, you two still need to take down the remaining slate to the yards. But since we need to transfer the loads to trucks that are still on the rails, it might be night when you go. Falcon didn't much like this, but Duncan had little sympathy to give.
Oh, don't get all scared now. There's nothing to worry about.
And Falcon hoped he was right. That night, George was laughing to himself as he made his way home, chortling about how he got one over the steam engines.
Finally, some proper justice for the roads, he said to himself.
But for all his laughing and boasting, he had gotten lost.
Oh, bother. I'll never hear the end of this.
When suddenly...
Alright, which one of you goes there?
he growled. George got his answer, but it was nothing like what he was expecting.
Well, there's no rails.
The ghostly figure stopped before him, menacingly.
You and your little friends think you can run these roads better than me, eh?
The engine gave no answer.
Then bring it on!
And they charged at the engine before... It was quite late when their trains were ready to go. But neither wanted to go. Finally, Duncan broke the silence.
Alright, you scaredy engine. I'll go first. Besides, if I don't go, Skarloey will take my favorite place in the sheds.
And he steamed away. Take care on the line tonight.
Oh, sure, with that hokey-pokey ghost nonsense.
The moon was full, and the fog was rising, all around Duncan and the old iron bridge. Duncan whistled.
Stupid ghost nonsense. Rheneas is talking out of his bunker.
No spooky ghost is scared of me. But deep down, it did scare him. Duncan slowly rolled onto the old iron bridge.
Just as I thought, he said, looking down. It's just a bridge. Nothing much to worry about. What was that? and Duncan looked in front of him. Before him emerged an engine from the fog. Oh dear, it's the ghost! Take me back, please! But his driver and fireman never answered. But just as Duncan looked back forward, he was face to face with the ghost engine. And the engine was starting to pull him across the bridge. Duncan closed his eyes as he was dragged off the bridge and into the swamps below. Rheneas was waiting patiently outside the sheds.
Where is Duncan? He should have been here by now. Oh, dash it all. I'll go look for him. Oh, Rheneas. What are you doing? It's not even like 1 in the morning. Duncan hasn't come back yet. So I'm going to go look for him in case he's gotten in trouble. Oh, not again, Rheneas. You're going out ghost hunting again, aren't you? It's not even ghost hunting, Skarloey. Like it or not, I'm going out.
But Skarloey followed closely behind.
What do you think this one's about? I don't really care. I'm just happy I don't have to go another night listening to them bicker.
Eventually, they started puffing down the line. Skarloey was following Rheneas, but Rheneas wasn't having any of it.
Come on now, this is ridiculous. The only thing ridiculous is that you're trying to stop me. I'm trying to find Duncan here.
No, you're obviously trying to follow those silly ghosts. They just couldn't agree, and were bickering all down the line. Regardless of how far they went, Skarloey would always follow still.
Oh, this is hopeless. Oh, then why are you still following me then?
To stop you from acting like a fool, Rheneas. Rheneas suddenly came to a stop.
Don't know what was that for, you stupid engine. Why do you always try to put me down, Skarloey?
Oh, I'm trying to stop you from looking like an absolute...
Absolute what? Fool? Idiot? For your information, Skarloey, things have been going on. You just never want to listen to me. Because you're afraid of some kind of truth. That maybe you weren't right. Maybe there is something. You're supposed to be my brother, but all you want to do is stop me from pursuing the things I'm interested in.
Rheneas, I'm trying to save you from looking
You're trying to save your own image, Skarloey, from being associated with me. And now the entire railway thinks I'm some sort of crack nut job. I didn't want you to save me. I just wanted you to believe me for once. But if we want to go separate ways, so be it. I don't care.
Where am I? What? And what happened to me? I look great. I could get used to this. Or just wait till I tell everybody else about this. Hang about. Where am I? Oh! It's the engine! I gotta hide! Oh, gee. Oh, dear. If I don't know where I am, how did that thing get here? I can't remember a thing. Just on the bridge and... well, now here. What's even going on? I don't even know half of these people. They just look so odd and frozen. Though never mind this. I've still got a ghost engine to run from.
Finally, Skarloey catched up to Rheneas.
Oh, dear, it's a long run. Rheneas, I've come to apologize. Shh, shh. Look over there.
It was Falcon, on the bridge being intimidated by the ghost engine.
Get back! Get back, you nasty thing!
He yelled. Skarloey, do you trust me? He asked. Skarloey took in a deep breath.
I trust you, Rheneas.
And Rheneas coupled up to him. Good. You'll understand what I'm doing then.
No, leave me alone! Rheneas, we're going to hit him!
Well, yeah, that's kind of the plan.
What? What's going on? To handle? I have no idea what's going on! Skarloey? I'm going to be sick! Well, hold on, everyone, because I don't think we're alone.
You know, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
Skarloey, look out, look out!
Oh, this was not how I imagined spending my Saturday.
I have been traveling around for 5 hours. I'm losing my mind here! It wasn't like that station was any help. No one was bloody moving. I can't see a thing. Everything's so misty. Oh! The ghost! Oh no, bugger this, I'm getting out of here!
It's not easy being grey and spend each day the colour of a pipe. Okay, Mr. Musical, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but I think we have bigger things to worry about than your paint. Well, I'm trying not to think about this situation. It's already boggling my mind. Oh, hello, Duncan. Did you do something new with your paint? I can't believe this sky is changing. It's gone red.
It's coming. Shut up.
It's the ghost. Rheneas, I just want to say before we go, I'm sorry I never believed you. I'm sorry. I forgive you. I promise that if we ever make it out of this, I'll never complain about my paint ever again.
You know, I'm sorry for never making this clear before, but I kind of like you guys.
I'm sorry I never expressed my feelings to you. We all like you too, Duncan. Well, this is it. I just hope Rusty's able to take care of the coaches. Oh, goodness, I forgot to take Beatrice out to get repainted. That's enough out of you and all. Huh? Huh? Lads, it's gone. You listen here, you little nuisance. You're either the sympathetic engine who fell over a bridge, or you're the monster who tries to hurt other engines. You can't be both. And since you like being a warning to other engines, how about I give you a warning for a change? Leave my friends alone, and don't look into the light. What just happened? Proteus? Is that you? Sorry, I forgot you were there for a second. Excuse me, but who the actual hell is this guy? He's Proteus, my brother. I haven't seen you in a while, though. What happened to you? Oh, well, I guess it has been a while. Yeah, well... I think he's one of those antisocial people, Skarloey. Oh, who cares? You think you could do some of that voodoo magic to put us back on the rails? Oh, yes, that would be very nice of him. Consider it done, then. Oh, finally! Proteus, you wouldn't mind explaining what's going on right now, right? Oh, of course not. I created this little pocket reality after Duncan, died for a bit. What? So I could rebuild him the best I could. Unfortunately, it seems that ghost engine somehow got in here. Probably through the magic buffers, no doubt. What? Oh, I forgot you don't understand what any of that means. Don't worry about it. Excuse me, Mr. Magical Proteus engine, who's also Falcon's brother. How are we supposed to get home? Oh, don't worry. Someone else knows how to do that. The Skarloey Railway soon got back to normal after that. Most of us moved on, and were okay afterwards. Though it's quite obvious some of us got it worse than others. No one really recognized Duncan's new look. Proteus says it's some kind of magical nonsense making everybody remember it different. Speaking of, while SkarloeyRheneas still think that Proteus Station has nothing to do with Proteus, I still think there's some correlation. Now, we didn't change much from this whole event, but I can tell it changed George, who was a lot less rude and didn't exactly give us much trouble. In fact, he didn't talk that much at all. The Fact Controller also shut down the old quarry, said it wasn't turning enough of a profit, though talks in about a new standard and narrow gauge quarry coming soon. Though, me, SkarloeyRheneas and Duncan, we all know the real reason why it closed. Proteus sent the engine back to its final resting place, where it remains undisturbed to this day. And that's what happened. Sir Handel finished. Well, it was a nice story, but I just wanted to know how you got repainted. Oh, that. Oh, I forgot all about that. Oh, but I'll have to tell you another time. It's a story on of its own. Got to go to work. See you later, James. Ah, typical. Last time I asked a little engine for help, and James in a huff puffed away.